waiting for some people to get up in here. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but we're gonna see. What's happening, you guys? Oh, hold on. I know I'm kind of late today. I apologize to all of you. Sorry. What's happening? Yeah. I don't know. My internet sometimes certain days is weird. First of all, can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me? I don't know what the hell is going on, but let me know if you can hear me good. My vocals, my voice. Okay. Can you hear the music? Hold on. You guys can hear the music okay too? It's not the same people are angry. I meditate to take my mind away. What's happening? I'm sorry I'm late today, but it was supposed to be 12:30. But CC and Mystique was on me like, you're late. No, they weren't, but I'm sure they were thinking it. How y'all doing today? Yeah, we have a really, really fun topic today. CC, does it sound like you hear me through the microphone, you and Mystique? Does it sound like you actually hear me through the mic? Does it sound like the microphone? Can you hear that? Can you hear that right there? What's up, Jacqueline? Columbus, Ohio in the house. Can you hear me tap on that, CC? Thank you. Javon, I appreciate that, fam. West Bloomfield in the house. Yes. Oh, you can't hear that, but you can hear me talking though, huh? And it sounds clear though, CC? Thank you, Jacqueline. I appreciate you. You can't hear me tap, but you can hear me very clear, CC? You and Mystique, you guys can hear me really clear, my vocals, and you can hear the music really clear? Okay, when I play the music, you can hear it full loud like yesterday? But yesterday, my music was real full. Does it sound as full as it was yesterday? Okay, Javon, did the music sound full like yesterday? Remember how full I had it? Reason why, because I'm not on my computer. My my laptop, I don't know, it's like my laptop has days that it wants to work okay, and then it has days where it just wants to, it's gonna do whatever it wants to do. And today is one of those days where my laptop is like, I'm doing whatever I want to do. I don't care what you say. It's doing that today. Okay, so listen. we're gonna go into this topic because look, this topic is hilarious, you guys. I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm like on the floor cracking up because my team, they give me, they'll give me these topics sometimes. And this one, CC, I'm on the floor. This is gonna be a funny topic. I don't know if you see what I said at the top, the subject of the live video. It's hilarious, man. And it says, what is Loofah in your 50s? Now, I thought this was an interesting topic, so I had to talk about it because when CC sent it to me, it kind of correlates with what I was talking about yesterday. I mean, I just think it's a good topic to talk about because I think we should talk about it because the Loofah can get you in trouble. So I was trying to find a word to rhyme with Loofah. It's hilarious, you guys. So we're going to talk. Share the live. This is too funny, man. Um, what is Loofah in your 50s? You guys ready for this shit? This shit is funny. Oh my goodness, man. Loofah love. Hey, Cece, you so funny. What's up, son? Loofah love. I'm laughing so much, the tears are coming out my eyes. Every time I look at it, I just start laughing, you guys, because you guys are about to get a kick out of this. It's like Florida. It's like Vegas in Florida. The Loofah community. That's what we're going to call it. Let me clear my eyes, y'all, because I'm literally, it's got me, in tears a little bit because it's funny. I laugh so much that it's just funny. Hold on for a second. Let me clear my camera. All right, you guys ready for this comedy today? Oh, by the way, yesterday I had this preacher, and I didn't realize there was a preacher that was watching me speak. All right, let me scoot y'all back some. Yay, as Ice Cube says. Listen, so there was a preacher that was on my live yesterday, and I was talking about the HIV, the uncomfortable conversation, HIV, and the whole time CC and Mystique didn't tell me that there was a preacher in the comment section. Had I known, I would have tore his ass up, y'all. I'm sorry, but I would let him know. I would have gave him a piece of my mind. But he was in my comment section, and he was saying weird stuff like I'm gonna pretend to be him, right? Because this is what I heard in my head, right? When I saw his message, when I went back and watched his comments, and I went over to his channel to see who he was because I didn't know who the hell this guy was. But this I don't. Stone Paxton, you a hypocrite. You stole my content. Nigga, I ain't never even met you. Excuse my language. For those of you, I don't like using that word, but I got to use it for certain people. Listen, nigga, I don't even know who you are. Never met you, never heard of you. Before you came into my live, I didn't even know you existed. Now, if you really on your preacher's game, why the fuck you in my channel talking about somebody stole your content? Nigga, you need to have that conversation with the census of America. Because if that's your content, then are you also spreading AIDS? Is that what you're telling me? Because you're claiming I took your content. What constitutes me taking your content would be me taking your video and posting your video on my channel. Now that's taking your content. Now I know my mom used to say ain't nothing like an old fool. Well, excuse me, sir, you fall in that category. Because if you understand how YouTube works, that topic is a topic that's been around for many years. And many people discuss that topic. So I guess everybody on YouTube that speaks about HIV has stolen your content. Why not come in my channel and say, hey, young man, I really, really like the way you're handling yourself. You remind me of myself, young man. You remind me of myself, young man. You're really, really nice, young man. I appreciate you. Why not come in and say that? Anyway, you come in with some old fart stuff. I'm taking your content. You took my content. You're a hypocrite, Stone Paxton. Where's the hypocrisy at? Please show me, Mr. Preacher. Now, you did get blocked from my channel, but I'm sure you have a whole bunch of other, made up YouTube channels. You can come and watch what I'm saying. Show me the hypocrisy. Where am I a hypocrite? Because I am talking about HIV and what it does to communities, every community around the world, and how it needs to be talked about more. Why don't you get on your channel and do another video about it? But don't come to my channel telling me I took your content when I've never even met you. When I went to your channel and looked at it, it looks like you bought your subscribers because your views are 2, 12, 3, 4, and your subscribers are 8,000 people. Make that make sense, preacher. So instead of coming to my channel wanting to get attention, if you need help with promotions of your channel, just tell me. But don't come to my channel trying to talk crap to get people to go over to your channel. I already knew what you were doing because it makes no sense of you telling me I took your content when I'm talking about HIV. HIV is your content? Your name is HIV? Make it make sense. So when I read the comments, you guys, CC and Mystique, give me a chance sometimes to comment to these folks If I don't see it, because sometimes in the comment section, I'm moving, the comments are moving so quick. But if somebody happens to leave a comment, let me address them, and then we block them, please. Because I would love to have addressed the preacher so him and I could have had dialogue. Because see, my mom was an evangelist. I grew up in church. Oh, I know this church shit very well. So him and I could have had a conversation. It would have been nice. I would love to have asked him one question. Show me the hypocrisy. We should be working together to spread the news of people not committing to things that are going to get them caught up in this conversation of HIV and all the STD shit that I was talking about yesterday. Now, since I've addressed that, Mr. Preacher Man, we're going to get back to the business at hand. They got kind of rhyme too. Hold on. Let me see. Javon said, yes, everyone, please be respectful of Mr. Stone's streams. He does this with a humble heart and spirits, and he respects us all until someone wants to get belligerent. So please, yeah, we got to put them in their place when they get up in here, rightfully right. Anybody can talk about HIV. Yeah, listen, First Lady, let's preach about the church, First Lady. Listen, this man came up here telling me that I took his content. I don't even know what he's talking about. Anyway, let's get into this. It's called, there's a community in Florida. It's a retirement community, 50 and up. I'm 55. Maybe we all need to go visit this so we can put eyes on this shit. When CC sent it to me, I spent my time laughing as I read the article the whole time. I was cracking up. I thought this shit was funny because they out here having fun, you guys. But we just want to make sure they're having fun in a way to where they're not going to jeopardize their health. And that's why I felt like this would be great for me to share this information because they out here swing-a-langing, y'all. Now, if you're an adult, hey, man, you can do what you want, right? Have fun. Enjoy your life. Just do it responsibly, right? Protect yourself, right? Listen, this Loofah code is deep. We're going to go deep into it. It's the largest retirement community. More about confused than enthused. Okay, we're going to get into a Loofah. I got me a new word, y'all. I'm going to be calling people, yeah, you over there doing that Loofah life. All right? This is crazy. Listen, this story is making its rounds, man. I guess it's getting more publicity because somehow it's leaking out of the community into the streets. Okay? Listen, there's a retirement community. Hey, if y'all see me laughing, you already know this shit's gonna be hilarious as I tell it because I just can't stop laughing. Listen, Florida's biggest retirement complex conveys their kinky partner swapping and sexual appetites by placing color-coded loofah poofs on their cars. Y'all know this some white shit, right? Hey, this ain't nothing about being racist. This is just some white shit. Because there's certain shit black folks don't do. This is straight up white shit. They put, the loofah things that you shower with, you use it to scrub. Okay, so listen. So, like, they got this little thing going on in Florida where it's like, like they put different colors on the different cars, and that means, like, it's up, what's up? Like, hey, like the purple might mean one thing, the orange might mean another thing, the yellow might mean, some fruity shit. I don't know, right? We're going to read it, though. So, this shit is crazy. So the loofahs identify the colors identify what each term means, right? Like it spells out what whatever they want to do with you means. So let me see if they actually get the colors. Purple poofs like to watch. It's funny. So if you got purple, if somebody put purple on your car in the retirement community, they want to watch you and your wife get down. Now I hope that I hope that this community, the Loofah Code community in Florida, I hope you guys are protecting yourself. Like, hey, have fun, but be responsible. Because, there were 2 Florida states when I counted down the top 10 places where HIV is prevalent. There was 2 Florida states on there. So my Loofah Code people, please strap it up. Let's get into this shit. Okay. This is, of course, one of the stories that is too good to be true, you guys. In just the latest chapter in the folklore canon of sex sodden tales that collect so easily at the sprawling 3-county, 76,000 residents. Yo, wait a minute, hold up. These mofos, I'm taking Cambodian Mystique's famous word, these mofos have 76,000 residents. They up in here loofing up, man. They getting down. 76,000 residents up 55 and over. So I'm 55. You know what I'm saying? I could probably go to the Loofah community. I'm 50, 55. I don't know if you got started 55 or 50 and up. I might have to take a visit and report back to y'all what's really going on. Listen, 55 and over community that bills itself as Florida's friendliest hometown. I think that's where y'all need to move. Y'all looking for a place to live? All of my 50 and up. Listen, they call it Florida's friendliest hometown. This shit is hilarious. They riding around with loofahs on the cars and shit. All right. Listen, okay, and yes, some of those stories are true, you guys, it says. Like the one about the couple who were caught in a flagrant, hold on, in a flagrant delicto on a metal utility box near a street intersection at 8:30 in the morning. Yo, 55 and up, y'all ain't playing, man. 55 and up, you guys are not fudging around, man. Y'all, they was caught on the metal box 8:30 in the morning getting it on. Then it says another pair of villagers, they call them the villagers, who were arrested for having public outdoor sex in the town square pavilion. Damn, they was in the town square pavilion that was otherwise used as a location for Republican candidates such as Rick Scott, Mitt Romney, and Sarah Palin to give political speeches. They don't went, they getting erotic with it. They going to where political senators and all the politics that come through, they like, ooh, that's kinky. Let's go into town square and let's lay on the stage. That's a turn on. These motherfuckers crazy. See, why you send me this shit? This is funny. Listen. Okay, this place where the politics speak at also has live music and alcohol flowing nightly. And the older leisure seeking adults looking to be friendly. There's more to life than pickleball there. I don't know. I think I'm scared to visit this place. I think I'm scared. They say they too friendly. They might, it might be, what was that movie, Get Out? I might pull up and it might be an episode of, a scene from that movie, Get Out. It says every night is Saturday night in the villages. Damn. Yeah, so they party. It says every night is Saturday night, y'all. They loofahing up. They partying every single night. I hope y'all strapping up because HIV in Florida is real. My loofah community. Listen, 76, what did I say? 76,000 residents. 76,000 residents, you guys. And then every night is a Saturday night in the villages, they call it. And nobody's going, this is funny. This is what they say. Every night is Saturday night in the villages and nobody's going to get pregnant. Well, God dog. Said Andrew Bleckman, who wrote about the Randy nightlife in the villages in 2008. It's a book titled Leisureville, Adventures in the World Without Children. Well, damn. You put a bunch of people in a terrarium with beer and Viagra and things happen. He told me. out. Hey, Florida, y'all turning this shit up, ain't y'all? 55 and up, y'all doing it big. Y'all like one big club. Bletchman said his research of the nightlife in the villages found many one-night stands and serial monogamy, but not a swinger scene. Now that's kind of weird. It says it said that's really kind of weird. It said serial monogamy, but not a swinger scene and one night stand. So I don't know. I guess they're not hooking up, or they, I don't know. They just, it said earlier that they were swapping. Now it says they found many one night stands and serial monogamy, but not a swinger scene. I don't know. That shit sounds like some swinger shit to me. I don't know. What do y'all think, man? I was quietly on the hunt for any signs of swingers, he said, but I didn't find them. And if there was a Loofah code, it would have made it much easier. So it seems to me there's something going on in this community, but they're trying to keep it contained as much as possible. So they're not trying to tell too much of what's really going on in their community. Now, dig this: fact or fiction. Hard to separate at the villages. Fact and fiction is hard to separate because I guess once you're there and you're asking questions, everybody's like this. Mm-hmm. It says, for years, the villages have been battling down stories that claim there's a higher incidence of sexually transmitted diseases. Now, y'all see where we was going to go with this, right? Right? I just got through saying, here we go again with the diseases. I'll read it again. For years, the villages have been battling down stories that claim there is a higher incident of sexually transmitted diseases there than in Miami. What did I just say? The countdown had Miami in there and it had Orlando in there. And I said, well, goddamn, that's Florida on there twice. They're saying this community alone, wow, has higher transmitted diseases than there is in Miami. That's kind of deep. But there is what? Let me read the community and how many people are in that community. It said something like 76,000 residents. That's a lot of people just having sex every day. And you got to think, a lot of those retired men might go to the strip clubs. A lot of those retired men, they're paying money for some young girl that they're having sex with who might not be using protection. And so they're bringing that shit back to their little retirement village, their little sanctuary, right? And they're passing that shit on to grandma and grandpa. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, so check this out. Now, this is crazy. It says Ryan Irishman, who published the Inside Bubble blog about life in the villages. So you got a lot of people writing about this place. His is called Life in the Villages. He wrote the stories about the residents using loofahs to signal their sexual appetites. He's saying it's not true, but the other guy's saying it is true. So you got somebody saying it's not, and you got somebody saying it is. 55 and up. They out here acting like they teenagers, y'all, in Florida. It says the village regularly leads the nation in a number of new home sales. Irishman wrote, I think that if this Loofah rumor were actually true, they'd probably be selling a lot more. So the guy that wrote the second story that doesn't believe it's true is saying if it was true, he'd think they'd be selling a lot of more homes. I don't necessarily believe that, because if they got an inside code that they're trying to protect their little sanctuary because they're not trying to have the health department dive deep into what's happening in their community because the disease level could be up within the 55 and up community there, they're going to keep it on the hush hush. So they're not going to talk too much about it. If people come in and interview them, they're going to be less likely to speak the truth about what's going on, right? So they're saying, how did this Loofah story come to light? Which is what I was thinking, right? Say, get ready for a real Florida answer. A local drag queen, I guess, spoke this whole situation up. Says one of the main vectors in Orlando area drag queen, who goes by the stage name Tora, is now starring as a lead role in the Village's production of the musical La Cage Ox Folly. So, okay, so a drag queen who has, I guess, a show that they put on in the villages of production was the one that spread this whole thing out. Maybe that person spread that the drag queen promoted it that way to get more people paying attention to the village and what was going on inside of the village. This shit's crazy though. Hold up. Rainmaker, what's up, family? Thank you for the donation. Thanks for the album again. Hey, you got your album. I love it. Sidebar is crucial here in Florida. The villages is straight on fire down there. Really? See, listen, we got somebody to know about them villages. Yeah. Hey, I'm reading this story. They say the 55 community in the villages is turned up, Rainmaker. It said, so here we go. It says, so a drag queen named Tora was the one that really promoted that whole situation with the Loofah thing in the villages, right? In that community there. It says Tora made a TikTok video last month that shows grandparent-age villagers shopping for loofahs and scenes of cars and golf carts adorned with different color poofs. It's played to a soundtrack of Dubsky's song, oh, oh, oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no. These motherfuckers crazy out there in Florida. They are everywhere, Tora wrote. The drag queen's video has been watched at least 6.3 million times and spun off into stories in the New York Post and London's Daily Mail. Not so a Loofah. Read the London tabloid headline about the frisky senior swingers in Florida. Now, so you got two people saying it's not true, right? You got these writers, these reporters, one saying some things are true, and you got another guy saying this it ain't true. That community is not here. I believe the shit is true. I believe these seniors, they know they can't have kids no more. And I'm a senior. I'm 55. I just look like I'm in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? They turned up, especially the ones that's looking young. They like, shit, I'm living my best life. Just make sure you're living it with protection. My 55s and up. Beachman is not surprised that stories like this resonate and become an object of fascination. There's a lot of bias about age in our culture. And with anything about older people having sex, there's an ew factor, they say. Why do y'all do that to older folks? Young folks? Why, when your parents look at you and you ask them questions about when they were young, they say, well, we made you, ugh. Why is that a ugh? You doing the same thing with your girlfriend and your boyfriend. Why is it a ugh? They made you. Listen, you know anything about older people, people do that, right? People are repulsed at the same time, you know. It's a sign of ageism. People just do weird shit. He said, I wish for the older people to have sex, he said. All the power to them. The non-sexy truth about loofah puffs. Let's talk about that. So if they're not driving around with loofahs on their cars and golf carts on a quest to find a group activity, they're on a quest to find a group activity. More bracing than canasta. What are they for? He said. Okay, it's because people forget where they parked. I do that shit going to Walmart. People forget where they parked, and the colorful loofah puffs help them find their cars. Erisman, the Villagers blogger, said. Now, this second guy that wrote the story, he said the reason they put the loofahs on the car because people forget where their cars are. But my thing is, if you look at the car, wouldn't you know that's your car? So I don't know if I buy the fact that, because you got to think, places like this have associations. So wouldn't putting a loofah on a car constitute I have association where I live. Wouldn't that constitute them writing a ticket for, like, okay, that's a fine. That's a $200 fine. You got a $200 fine for putting the loofahs on your car. You guys have been putting them on every day. So I don't buy that is a reason. I believe the association's probably in on it. They know about it. And that's why they ain't saying nothing about the loofahs on the car. So my man here, I think my man has missed the real story here. He said it's because people forget where they're parked. Blah, blah, blah. We know that. Much like putting colorful luggage tags on your black suitcase. You can't really compare that to that. So that it stands out among all of the other black suitcases on the luggage conveyor. I kind of agree with that. Kind of, sort of. This is what he wrote. It's the same idea if you ever stepped outside of the Publix on a sunny Central Florida afternoon and try to spot your white car amongst a sea of all the other white cars and don't quite remember the aisle you're parked in. I would just do this. Doot, 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 doot. So he said it's more about being confused. So this guy, Reisman, says he doesn't believe that there's a swinger thing going on there. But any of my people in Florida that know this community, tell me your thoughts. I think it is. I think it is. He says, oh, well, another good story shot down by too much reporting. Just in case, I phoned up legendary retired Palm Beach Post sports writer Chuck Ottersman, who has been a resident of Century Village in West Palm Beach for the past 20 years. Any Loofah signaling swingers in the Century Village, he asked. I think that shit is going on for real, you guys. I don't think that's a coincidence. One thing you got to think, drag queens be speaking the truth. So, you know, that drag queen is telling you what's going on. Plus promoting the drag queens promoting their show. She promoting her show. He said the only thing I noticed was that some people put plastic flowers on the aerials, Ottersman said. That's just to help them find their cars. I'm like, whatever, man. I ain't buying that shit. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this? What really caught my attention is the fact that they said, and they didn't confirm this, but they did state that they're supposedly have a higher rate of diseases out of the Florida are coming out of that community. Now that's what it stated. You know, the higher incidence of sexually transmitted diseases are coming out of Miami, out of that community. Now I don't know how true that is, but this is what, obviously somehow they got this from somewhere. What's your thoughts, my 55s and up? What are your thoughts about that? You know what I mean? Because here's the real truth. Let's speak truth on that. The real truth on that is I am not going to let up off of this HIV thing. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not. To me, this HIV thing is a very serious problem. So much of a problem that it's going to affect us the years to come. It can affect a family member, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, people that you've met and that you haven't had relationships before, that you're now getting into relationships. It's a long-term effect. There's no short-term effect to this shit, you guys. It is a long-term effect. Just like you're going to be older than you are younger. You do agree with me. So this whole community, we got another looper for y'all. So funny. Tammy said, did R. Kelly really die today? No, I don't think. I would have got a call. Tammy, no, I don't think R. Kelly died. No, that's some made up shit. I would have got a call or a text from people that I know that were in his circle. So, now, Donna said, I think it's a good idea. Donna, why is it a good idea, Donna? Why is it a good idea? You know, when adults do what they do, they can do what they want to do, right? We do agree that adults, if you want to go out and be a swinger, hey, that's up to you. If that's what you choose to do, right? Adults do adult shit. They have nobody to answer to but themselves. But the thing about it is, you just got a lot of people out here doing a lot of wild shit, and they're not thinking about the consequences to the wild shit that happens. Tammy said, I would not partake in those activities. Yeah, the overdose was from the meds that they gave R. Kelly. They gave him either the wrong meds or some other crazy shit. Leanne, hi. Leanne said, out of work in Stone in chat. What you say? Oh, you just got out of work, Leanne? Thank God. Is this your Friday? Krishna said, hi, Krishna Shah. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming to this channel. Shrine, hello, Shrine. Christine Shah, hi, Christine. Listen, it doesn't matter see, people give a pass for older people because people think, oh, you're older, maybe your diseases don't affect you. Maybe HIV will not affect you. That shit is going to affect you. It doesn't matter what age you are. So if they're out here swing-a-langing and doing whatever they're doing, it's going to affect them. We talk about all kinds of topics here, Krishna. All kinds of cool topics, all kinds of stuff. Right now, we're talking about Loofah, this community of 55-year-olds that supposedly they're swingers and all this crazy wild shit's going on in Florida. But then, I also found out in that article that there could be possibly a high level of STDs or diseases in that community, according to what I read. I'm only going off of that. Tamme says there are toys that work lovely and it's safe. Absolutely. This is what I hear from some women. Oh, the toys don't really do nothing. The toys don't, the toys don't. I'm like, hey, whatever you got to do not to get caught up. Damage Kisses says, I'm not far off from 55. You in the 50 club, Damage Kisses? Are you in the 50s club? You up here with us? You up here with the 50s club. You feel what I'm saying? We proud, the 50s club. We up in here. You feel me? Yeah, there is definitely a community like Vegas is wild. Like, you remember I told you guys the story that when I first moved to Vegas, there's this swingers club here. And a friend of mine took me to, and I didn't know shit about it, right? So Scorpio, I think Scorpio might be, I don't know, because we usually go on a little bit earlier. Scorpio might either be really, really busy, or Scorpio might be off work and chilling. Tamme, oh, you're 56? Okay, I'm 55. You rocking in the 50s club. Listen. Okay, Dolores, you're in the 50s club. All right, we got our 50s club popping over. Damage Kisses, we're going to do a big party for you next year online, Damage Kisses. You got one more year. And we can have a real conversation, Damage Kisses. You're almost there. You're almost there, Damage Kisses, and we're going to have a real conversation when you hit them 50s. We're gonna tell you some secrets when you reach them 50s. All my 50s and up know what I'm saying. We messing with Damage Kisses. When she's 50, we're gonna give her a real conversation. No, but seriously, you guys. The Silence, how you doing, family? Nice to meet you. Thank you for logging into the Stone Paxton Music and Life. Hopefully you subscribe, become a member. We talk about all kinds of cool stuff. But listen, the truth is, most of the older men are finessing and chasing the young girls. So a community like this, think about it, if it's truly active this way, welcome to the 50s club, the Silence. Welcome to the 50s. We got to give you a hand for that. You just made 50? Happy birthday. Welcome to the 50s club. Yes, I love it. We just got another notch in our belt, you guys. Yeah, I love being in my 50s. I'm not gonna lie. I love it. For all the young folks coming in and hang out with us, we ain't corny. We ain't walking around with no canes and shit. That's what I thought. When I was young, I thought that's what it was gonna be like. I was like, shit, am I gonna be on the cane? I thought I was gonna be a real big fat dude, big stomach. And I said, nah, I can't be that in my 50s. What's up, CQ? Yeah, listen, I honestly, like, I thought when I was younger, like, even reading this article about the looping in Florida with the 55 and up community, right? And when you say the word 50, you automatically think seniors, right? Well, at least I used to. But shit, I'm so proud of being a senior. Listen, everywhere I go, I be asking them, yo, can I get my senior citizen discount? They say, oh, sir, how old are you? Because you got to be 60 something to be. And I'm like, God damn it, they changed it from 55 to 60 something. But some places you go, they still give the discounts to 50 and 55. You just got to check because I got to get my discount. So trust me, I'll be pulling my ID out on these young folks. Like, y'all got a 50 and up discount? What's up? What's up, Cuzzo? Ty's in the house. What's happening, Meech? Meech say 50s women introduce me to your daughter or your wallet. Hey, Meech, you feel what I'm saying? Hey, listen, we earn our 50. Young folks, let me tell you something. If you are lucky to make it to your 50s, you have done something great. MPCXSE says all the young men want old ladies, and at least on my end, I'm sorry, but if you're old enough to be my child, I can't. No offense. Now, let me tell you why the young men want old ladies. Let me tell you why. These little motherfuckers looking for a place to live. Don't believe the hype. 50s, can we talk? Can my 50 folks, can we pull up your seat? We in 50s church right now. Can we talk? The young dudes, women, don't get it twisted. Meech said your wallet or your niece. Listen, though, Meech is speaking some real facts here. To tell you what he's really trying to tell y'all, right? Old men want young women because they want to feel wanted. Sometimes it's a midlife crisis. Sometimes, not all the time, most of the time. Penny Payne said, I'm glad I got mine. I don't have to do the other mess, Stone. You have to be 60. I'm 61. They still don't want to give it to me, asking for ID. That's good. That's good. That means you're taking care of yourself, Penny. Listen, ladies. Listen. Nobody believes I'm 55. We got to take care of ourselves 50 and up. But let me explain to you about the young dudes. The young dudes, they want to have a car to drive. They want some money in their pocket, and they want a place to live. We're just gonna keep it 100. I got men in here to tell you I'm not making that up. That's what they want, ladies. So we could talk because we're the 50s club. We got into looping, and now we're talking about this. It's a great conversation. They want a place to live. They ain't coming for the love. I'm not saying a woman in her 50s can't find love with a young guy, but I'm saying the realistic element is they're not coming for the love. Leanne said, people ask me for my ID and don't believe me. Yo, Leanne, that means you're doing something right. Meech said, man, they gonna screw and rat and bring you the cheat. Yo, Meech, facts. Right, Meech? Right, Meech? Y'all just heard what Meech said. He said exactly what I was saying to y'all. Like I said, we got men in here. Ladies, they want to lay up. They want to get the car keys, and they gonna go holler at that little young chick. Whatever money you gave them, they gonna go parlay that up in the strip club, or they gonna go flossing like that. You know what I'm saying? They got my car. Yo, I'm gonna pick you up in the car. You know what I'm saying, baby girl? Pick you up in the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm not headed back to the looping spot yet. My old, that's my grandma. That's my aunt at the looping spot, at the Loofah spot. That's my aunt. That's my grandma. So I'm gonna come pick you up in the car. You know what I'm saying? Take you to the mall. We're gonna go shopping. We're gonna go get something to eat. We're gonna go to the movies. He gonna go on your money. Real talk. Me say, run your credit. They're gonna get that. They're gonna get the girl they want off you. Exactly. Thank you, Meech. They are going to get the girl they really want. Christine, what do you mean? Don't moderators don't delete it. I want to know what Christine means. What do you mean, Christine? Do you wipe or do you let it crust? I have no. That conversation is not in my. It's not even in my scope. So you must be a nasty motherfucker to say that because I don't even know what you mean. And I'm a pretty sharp guy. I catch on to shit. I use metaphors and all. But do you wipe or do you let it crust? That's some real nasty, weird shit. Christine, you must be a nasty one. You must be a nasty motherfucker because you ain't explaining to us what that means. What does that mean, Christine? Do you wipe or do you... Oh, I see what you said. Christine, stop being the bad girl. Christine being a bad girl up in here, y'all. We 55 and up, we can do that. Hey, even Ty said, huh? What the fuck? Hey, listen, women, just know you got a young guy, you're 50 in your 50s, you got a guy in his 30s. If you got one in his 20s, just know this. You're spending the money. Just don't take it personal. Just don't take it personal. You're pretty much paying for sex. Just know that. Just make sure you protect yourself. She's Jag's cousin, Meech. That damn Meech, boy. Oh my God, I should have brought Meech up. Damage Kisser said, if anyone ran my credit, have fun with it. What you say, Damage Kisses? What they gonna get? A 203 credit score? I'm messing with you, Damage Kisses. Don't be mad at me. I'm giving you a hard time. I'm just giving you a hard time. We just having fun in here. The Silence said, holistic health. Yo, you in here? Okay. Listen, real truth. My older women that are dating young guys and you just meet them, make them little motherfuckers take a test. Don't let them lay up in your bed, lay up on your sheets without making them go take a test. Make sure you ain't bringing something up in your house that is going to be the end of your life. Sherry said, Stone, I have a guy friend that supports a 29-year guy friend chat, has 15 kids. Wait a minute. Say that again. Sherry, you have a guy friend that supports a 29-year-old girl that has 15 kids. What? Yo, wait a minute, Sherry, you joking, right? You joking, right? Damage Kisses say you ain't getting shit out of me. Yo, Sherry, that's a joke, right? Brother Timothy. Yes, we missed you, brother. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, for some reason I've been waiting for your what's your name? I can't. Shrine, thank you for the membership. You renewed your membership, huh, Shrine? Thank you, Shrine, for being loyal to the channel. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Or did you just join, Sherry? I mean, Shrine. Sherry said, my guy friend is 63 years old and is doing that, no joke. Damn, so he's taking care. CC Funk, what's happening, family? So he's taking care of a woman with 15 kids, a young girl? Yeah, Brother Timothy, I've been looking for it, and I'm not sure why. Thank you, Shrine. Wow. Listen, Shrine just gave a membership to somebody. She just gave a free membership to anyone that wants a free Stone Paxton membership. Shrine, thank you for that. Listen, Scorpio got y'all fired up in here because, you know, Scorpio come up in here and just lay it out. CC said, old tenderoni, Shrine renewed. Thank you, Shrine, for renewing your membership. Yard Chat. Big ups yourself, Stone. Yeah, what's happening, Yard Chat? Thank you, family. Blessings to you always, family. Dolores said, that's crazy. Damage Kisses said, I've had offers to be somebody's sugar baby. A woman asked me, that was a first. I've had offers from men and I've always said no, but that was the first. Wow, yeah, that's crazy. Savvy D said, I worked with a young guy who married an older lady. He told me she can't have kids. She is established and doesn't worry about him bringing home the bacon. He runs the streets and doesn't care. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully, Savvy, hopefully this young man, no, I wouldn't do that, Sherry, not at all. Savvy, hopefully this young man has enough respect for this woman. If he's out in the streets, running the streets, he's strapping himself up so he doesn't bring anything back to this woman that believes in him enough to take care of him. I mean, you got to call it for what it is. You know what I mean? If she's taking care of you, if you're going to be out in the streets, don't bring her anything back. So hopefully this young man, hopefully he can love her. Let's just call it what it is. But we know you're paying for something. You can have the most beautiful woman, and you know the guy's gonna pay for her love. And sometimes these women are not gonna love. You can have the most handsome man, and you're paying for him, and he'll never love you. My friend is a sugar friend, daddy, to his 29-year-old homeboy. Okay, got you, Cherry. The crazy part about that is there's really no real love in those sort of arrangements. CC Funk said, hey, CC, just on the MPC trying to get a sound. Yeah, I got it. I'm going to the studio today too to finish that single up, CC Funk. I know you're talking to Cece though. Cambodian Mystique said, hi, Tenderoni, CC Funk, and chat. Tenderoni, hey, what's happening? Yes, yes. That was Shrine who gifted that membership. Shrine. So thanks, Shrine, for gifting that membership. Shrine did that. And another day, Scorpio always gifts everybody with memberships. Let's be real. My 50s and up. We look good, we smell good, we dress good, but we haven't figured out how to make these younger motherfuckers love us just for us. That is the key. Or is the real key to understand that when you're in your 50s, once they know your age, now you can look young, but it's weird. If you're dating somebody younger, it's almost like you can't tell them your age because once you tell them your age, they start treating you like that age, even if you don't look like it, right? So where's the real love with the money? Because the money can't buy the love. How do you get the real love? Most of the time, it's not going to happen. The truth. Most of the time, the real love is not going to happen. It's just going to be real with no love included. So you can take the real, the love and separate the real and love. You're only going to have real. You're not going to have the love. It's not going to happen. So if you have that sort of arrangement, understand that's the kind of arrangement it is, and that's all it's going to be. Now, I'm not saying that there's not situations where a younger guy really falls in love with an older woman. I'm sure this is a huge world. There are some, but the percentage is going to be way down there because I've seen it enough. Kenny said, Stone, you are right. You are so right. Yard Out said loud and clear. Yeah, Yard Chat. Sorry, Yard Chat said loud and clear. Yeah, Yard Chat. It's like, here's the reality. I take myself, right? And then I think about, I had this thing where I was dating these girls that were 21, only two in my life. I'll never do it again. Never. But then I thought later the problems I had with them was they always wanted to be out in the club or they wanted to kick it in. I'm a homebody. I wanted to be at home, right? After my divorce, I had two relationships. And these girls, one was in the military, the other one was just a child in her mind, right? Of course, she's 21. She's a goddamn child, right? There was no real love there. She met a friend of mine, ended up having sex with him, and they ended up in a relationship. She met one of my Jewish partners, right? I was just talking about this today because Stone didn't smoke weed. So I'm kind of considered a square to women that like smoking weed and partying. They look at me like Stone's just a square. He's a square. So I didn't do all that stuff. So she wanted to be where the weed was, right? That's why I said I'd never date again, ever. Tenderoni said, how blessed for me to be a recipient of that gifted membership. Yes, she hooked you up, Tenderoni. Tammy said, I attract men in their 60s because I look like I am in my 30s. They want them young gals. Tammy. Tydu said, what do you call the younger guy that is willing to take care of an older cougar? Is he still considered a sugar daddy? I think he would be considered like, I don't know. We got to come up with a name for that one because that's rare. A younger guy wanting to take care of the older woman. I mean, yeah, I feel you with that. So I don't know. What would be a name for that? I don't know. We got to think on that one, Ty. But we got to come up with a good name for that one. Damaged Kisses said they be wanting to teach them things. Nobody, I don't sleep around. I hear that, Damaged Kisses. Yeah, these young girls and young guys have a preconceived thought of what they're going to get from somebody that's older. They just want to be taken care of. When I dated those young ladies, they just wanted a man to take care of them. I'm not going to say they didn't like me because I feel like I'm not a bad looking guy, but I know they wanted money and they wanted to go shopping and they wanted this and they wanted that, the nails done and all that extra shit. Cheryl said, youth and beauty will always trump everything else, but money and hold on. Damn, I was trying to read that. Damn it. How do I go back? I done went past it. I was trying to read that. My damn computer. Okay, hold on. Youth and okay, let me see if I can see that again. Youth and beauty will always trump everything, but money evens it out. Yes. Well, money is the equilibrium. Absolutely, Cheryl. But here's the crazy part. The Lord said, I'm safe. I don't want anything. It equals it out as the equilibrium. CC Funk said, yeah, I got to get the UA square. You don't smoke weed. Step off with that. Yeah, that's the shit I would always get. Brother CC Funk. You know, that's I always got it. Cheryl said money evens it out. Cheryl, it kind of does and it doesn't. I'm going to tell you why. As a man, for the women, right? I've always had older women like me when I was younger, right? What's up, Laverne Bryant? I've always had older women like me. But when I was younger, I never looked at the older woman as the opportunity to come up. Never. Damage Kisses said, weed and snacks, I'm in. The silence said, gotta love y'all, not interested in dating young people. I need a mature spiritual conversation and relationship respect to all. Absolutely, Melody. Money is an equilibrium in this aspect. Cheryl, I think it was Cheryl that said that. Me say I burn. Ty said the silence. You sure about that? We might be the same age. Listen, this is what I say. It doesn't even it out, Cheryl. It just the money creates a certain amount of discipline. That's what it does, right? So let's say there's a young girl, right? And I provide her everything she wants. The money creates a discipline because she ain't even really listening to me. She listening to that money, right? So if I give her an allowance, like a lot of these young women want allowances every week or every month. So if she knows she gets that allowance, she's gonna act exactly the way she's supposed to act because she has that regular allowance coming in, and she's not gonna clown because she knows that she's not gonna get that allowance. So the money is an equilibrium to create a conversation to keep that person in order. And then you have some that don't give a fuck. They gonna get the money and tell the old dude, I don't give a fuck shit. Go find you. You ain't gonna find nothing like this. Tenderoni said, hi, Meech, on one. I never really had a girl say that to me. Like, you know, find you somebody. You know, you ain't gonna pay me. Soon as I hear a woman talking about like through the years, any women that's ever I run into that wanted to date me and they start asking me about my finances, that's usually when my relationships, as far as conversations with them, end right then. I don't even call them back. Leanne said there's times to let people know what you have for a while. There's times not to let people know what you have for a while, just to see what's going on. But then, but that can last for so long because it comes out and you really see what they're about. Absolutely, Leanne. Laverne Bryant said, for some people, it can be all about money, but for others, it can be about love. Young and old, you're saying like young people versus old people? Like, because you know what we're talking about, Laverne, right? We're talking about young people dating older people in their 50s. So you still have that same analogy and thought? Educator of narrow-eyed biogarbage Gandaki or that's a long name. So I'll just say this. Eradicator, hello. Welcome to the channel, family. Appreciate you coming in. Cheryl said, many of us women got long bread, but all you men want is youth and beauty. Cheryl, I will be honest with you. The older men are, yeah, they not that they don't want the older women. I'll be honest with you. But they are dipping with the young girls. So it's like they want both. So it's not that they don't want the older women, but you know, a lot of them guys I know, they definitely want the young girls. Damaged Kisses said, I'd rather stay broke than have someone fake. And that's just thinks that they somebody just thinks that they can purchase me. Yeah, and that's where we're at. In whatever way, Damaged Kisses says. Tydu said, the dating scene nowadays, we gotta check full background just to make sure Lisa is not a lead. Todd, why are you comedy on me today, man? I love it. Damage Kisser said, I get the older men. I get the older men too. So yeah, they want both mostly. Yeah, they do. Melody Dyer said, exactly, Stone. I've been told people what I have not even when I was wanted married. I've been told people what I have not, even when I was married. Grandmother told me to always keep a part of myself to myself. Yes, Melody, that's a fact. I was trying to make sure I was reading that right. Tammy said, I'm independent and established, so I'm not looking for money, but he must have his own money and be established. Tammy, we got to find me and I in the age group, in our age group, because you got to stay there because these young dudes, they ain't trying to hear that. They want the money and they want a nice place to live and they want your car keys. I just want y'all to know. Laverne Bryant said, if younger people dated older people, then it's all about the money. Thank you, Laverne. See, you see that? Meese confirmed it. There's another brother right in there, Laverne. He confirmed it. Ladies, we're only sharing the truth. Mpxone one said, if summer with Meese will run you 50K. Hey, Meese. Hey, why you been? Hey, Meese just put it out. Meese said, summer with Meese will run you 50K. Can I tell y'all a story? Let me tell y'all a story. Let me tell y'all a story. And this is a real story. I'm going to read a few more. I'm going to tell y'all something that happened to me. Tenderoni said, I just turned 45. I attract a lot of young men. They want me to teach them new stuff. No thanks. Yeah, they want you to teach them new stuff so they can go spread some STDs to some other young women with some powerful elements you teach them. Don't trust them, Tenderoni. Laverne Bryant said, but for me, if I was dating an older woman, it'd be about love. There you go, Laverne. There we go. So you ready to deal with all the elements that come with it, Laverne? Understand when you date older people, you know, we have ways, the men and women. Women know that older men have their ways, men know that older women have their ways. Just know that. But I appreciate that, Laverne. That's awesome. He said, but if I was dating an older woman, he said, it'd be about love. That's beautiful. He got that chivalry cracking. I work too hard to be a fool, Leanne said. Damage Kisser said, honestly, I think it's more about insecurities and wanting wanting to feel like they still got it. And I'm not discrediting the fact that younger women are more attractive to lots of humans in general. Well, I don't think necessarily younger women are more attractive because you can have attractive older women. I just think these men are visual. So they're looking at these young girls' bodies and all that shit, right? So attractive, no, because you have a beautiful woman that supersede her attractiveness can supersede a younger woman. I've seen older women that put younger women to shame in the and beauty sector and body. Men are visual, so they're looking at the body first. Damage Kisser said, my point. Hey, let me tell you guys a story. Hey, CC said purple. What color Loofah is Meech? Meech would be Meech. Well, I don't know. Because the purple member was for people that like to watch. So Meech color would not be purple. It'd probably be, I think, like an orange or green. So Meech like, 50K. Meech say 50K to spend some time with Meech. So let me tell you guys a story. I don't want to misreading that. Somebody just sent something. But I got to tell you this crazy thing that happened to me concerning that whole money situation with women. So I had my recording studio here in Vegas on Charleston. If I missed some of your comments after I talk, just send it again and I'll read it again. Shrine said, I have 3 grown sons. They went through phases with ages when they were dating. It was interesting as their mother, I noticed they grew from experiencing older women. There you go, Shrine. That's a real truth. That's what these young men will learn. I learned from older women. So I had a studio here in Vegas back in the day. And there was this lady, and she was actually around my age, but she used to try to get me to leave my work to spend time with her. I didn't know her. I just met her, and she would just call my studio. Can you spend time? Can you just break from your music? And I'm like, nah, I got clients. I got to work. I got to do my work. I can't leave. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. Well, I'm trying to get to know you. I said, well, I'm not interested in dating anyone, right? she said, how much do you make every day in your studio? And I thought it was a trick question. I was like, well, I make $5,000 a song with my clients, so any given day I can make 5, 10, 15, 20. She's like, so $5,000. Like, so right now you're working on something. How many songs? I said, well, right now one. She said, so that's $5,000 you're gonna make today. I said, yeah. She said, I'll give you 5,000 just to go sit down and have a date with you. This woman, like, I was shocked. I was like, what? I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. She said, no, I'm serious. If that's what it takes to spend time with you, I said, oh, okay. And I just said okay in a joking way. She showed up to my studio, picked me up. She paid me 5,000 right there in the car. We went, sat down and ate, and she took my ass back to my studio. Now, she wanted a relationship. At the table, she told me what she wanted. And I said, well, you can't buy that from me, but you just bought my time because you took me away from my work. But you can't, that money's not going to buy a relationship. So I've had that over and over again in my life with different women that thought they were going to buy my relationship. Like, if you trying to promote and invest in me as an artist, that's one thing. But you can't come to me and try to buy me. Now, if you come to me and say, Stone, listen, you're an artist, you got a new album coming out. I've respected women that have done that. And I say, listen, just know you're not going to get a relationship out of me, but you're going to get an investment. You're going to get money back from me. This is what you're going to make back. So just know that. Let's talk about this up front. You're not buying a relationship. I had to start having these conversations with women because they were literally trying to buy relationships, thinking if they pay me. And I already knew that is tricky because as soon as it goes bad, and I didn't make it clear, now this woman is saying, "Oh, you got me for my money." No, I didn't. You led with your money. You said, here you go. You led with your money because you thought your money was going to get you a relationship. Instead of saying, hey, Stone, I want to make money with you. I believe in your music. This is why I don't trust women that come to me and they lead like that. This is why I don't trust it to this day. I'm like, so what is this money for? Oh, I believe in your music. Okay, cool. I accept it. That is a tip for you. Okay, I accept that. But when it's like, you give me the money and then 2 days later you talk about you wanted a date, this is the stuff I went through in my life. You know how many times I went through that? And I got to give the money back. Like, here, come get your money, man. Or I'm going to send you your money back. Like, you're not going to buy a relationship from me. It's not going to happen. I don't want that. Like, you don't believe in my music. And this is the problem that a lot of artists have. Believe what I'm telling you. A lot of artists that you see in the music industry, I'm going to tell you a secret. Camino say, is it a time limit on suing for your likeness on a song? No, it isn't. Camino, it's never, no, sir, not at all. Not at all. So understand, in the music industry, I'm going to educate you guys. I know a lot of celebrities, men and women, that fans try to buy relationships with them. I'm not making this up. Meecha's in here. Meecha tell you. Fans try to buy relationships with them. If you can only imagine how many checks or money that goes into artists' cash apps or Venmo, and they don't even know the women. These are women that are so obsessed with the artist, they think they're going to buy, literally send the money and buy, convince that artist into being in a relationship with them. There's men that do that with women as well that are artists. Send them gifts. That's why I don't even give my address out to my business address. Of course, not my personal. I just had somebody recently send me something in the mail that I didn't even know who it was from. I was scared to even open this shit. Like some kind of eatery, something you could eat. I didn't even know. I don't even know how they got my address. So in this business, we deal with this. In life, we're going to deal with it. Normal people. Women do that to a man that they really like. Men do that to a woman they really like. But in the music industry, it's magnified by 4,000. I've had women try to give me $500,000. I've had women try to give me 200,000, 100,000, 50,000. I've had to say no. I've had to say no because I already know If I accept that, then here goes the bullshit. Which is why I tell people, if you really believe in Stone, buy my fucking records. If you believe in Stone, you know I got an album coming out. You want to be a part of that project. You want to invest in it. Talk business, but don't come at me on a relationship thing. Come at me to make money. If there's any possibilities of any relationship with anybody, God controls that. Father, son, gun. Thank you. Thank you, family. Father, son, gun. Listen, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm going to tell you why. I get a lot of people that come on my live that really try to make fun of my hair and do stuff. So I appreciate you coming in here and not coming in on no disrespect, but just that compliment. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for that, family. Thank you for being a solid person and doing that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Laverne Bryant, my email address. Are you a member of the channel? You trying to get a CD, an album? I only give my email address out of people trying to buy the album, or they're a member and they need to get the album shipped to them via shipping arrangement. So let me know why you need my email address. Sherry said, "Oh my God, all money isn't good." No, listen, Sherry, when I tell you that I get it all the time, I get it all the time, and I respect it. Anybody that wants to give to somebody, it's a good thing, as long as they're giving out of the righteous reason. Laverne Bryant, okay, my email address, CC, just put it in there. She'll put it in there. Yep, there's the cash app. You can email me, and then I'll let you know the cost of shipping and handling. I've had to raise the price on the shipping and handling, you guys, because some people I ship the CD out to. You want to buy? I'm trying to buy your album. Okay, yeah, Laverne, just email me. It's stonepaxton at gmail.com. Stonepaxton at gmail.com. Yeah, I shipped to somebody overseas, and it cost me like $50 to send the CD overseas. I kid you not, you guys. But it's all out of the love for my supporters on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it takes to give people great music and to let them know I appreciate them. Damaged Kisses. Did you text me with your? I mean, did you email me with your info? Just email me and I'll let you know the cost of the shipping and I'll get a CD out to you because we shipped a lot out, man. It's been beautiful. And thank you to everybody that has hit me up for the CD. It's been beautiful. I've been getting some really amazing responses from people when they put that record in. They messaged me back and they've been in shock. A lot of people like, I had no idea your music was this great. I've been in this business a long time. Yeah. Damaged Kisses, Stone Paxton at gmail.com. Email me and I'll get it out to you. Yeah. Shrine, thank you. Thank you, Shrine. I really appreciate you for that. Please share it with other people. Damaged Kisses. Did you send me an email already? Oh, okay. Damaged Kisses. So do me a favor. Go into my Instagram and send me the address and I'll have them get a CD out to you today. Okay. Go and send me your address. Maybe it already went out, but just send me your address to make sure that I confirm the address and I can look at the list that went out and say it's already been out. Because everybody, 90% of the people that's requested for them already got them. So Tammy, I did not get the info for your CD. Okay, Tammy, do you have my Instagram? Go to Stone Paxton on my Instagram, inbox me, and I'll give you the information so you can pay for the shipping and handling. You get the CD free. But inbox me on Instagram, and I'm trying to get her. Well, whoever doesn't have it, we're going to try to get it out today. We have enough time. If not, it'll go out tomorrow. So hit me up on Instagram or hit me up on my email, and I'll send you the information so you can go ahead and and get that together. Black Sea Beats, what's happening, family? Salute, 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 family. I know y'all saying, Stone, you ain't been on here doing your beats. You ain't. Don't worry, I got some videos coming of me creating. I just been on this other thing, family. But you know, I'm in the studio every day anyway. So don't worry, I'm back for the cast that follow me on the production. Don't worry, you know, I got some videos I'm about to do, but I got to serve both communities. You know what I'm saying? The ladies that support my channel, and then I got to, you know, I got to support the beat makers community by constantly delivering the tracks and stuff. Shrine just shared another membership for somebody else on here, so there's another membership for you guys. She gifted another membership. See, listen, I have some lovely folks that follow my channel because I've never seen a community that come in and gift like this to other people to gift them the opportunity to be a member of my channel. It's beautiful. Right on, fam. So listen, like, I appreciate you, Black Seed. Here's the truth. Younger men love older women. But just know, my older women, just know what the exchange arrangement is going to be. That exchange arrangement is going to be a place to live. Now, I'm not saying this is all the young men, because you might get a young man who's got a good job, who makes good money, and who can take care of you. Yeah, young men love older women. But just know that there's a 90% chance that the exchange rate is going to be just like when you go to a different country and the exchange rate is different. Sometimes the money is more, sometimes the money is less. Sometimes the relationship is more, sometimes it's less. Understand that. Damaged Kisses says, yep, you do have a good community here. There's no trolling unless it's some random person or that Robert Black. Yeah, that dude was, listen, Damaged Kisses. Pastor Blackman was on one. I mean, he was, long back to you taking my material. And what else he said? He said some other stuff. You're taking my material. You are, you're a hypocrite. I don't even know what that means. I've never met the guy. Dennis M. Is Dennis M a new person or is that a random person, CC? Because I don't ever remember seeing that name. If that's somebody coming in this channel clowning around right as we spoke it, we might have to block them, but not yet. Dennis M., what's your reason for being on this channel? Dennis M., I'm gonna give you about 3 minutes to answer that question, and you're gonna be blocked indefinitely because I don't even recognize you. So, what is your business here at this channel? You got. I'm gonna ask you one more time. No answer, you're getting blocked indefinitely, and I'll do that, and I'll block you myself. Dennis M. Okay, so you don't want to say. So that means you are a troll for somebody else. So goodbye. Have a good one. I'm about to block you for good. Indefinitely. Hold on. I need to move this up first. Okay. Goodbye, Dennis M. Take care there, buddy. You're gone for good there, sir. Don't come up in this channel doing whatever you're doing or saying whatever you're saying. We're not playing. There's peace up in here. We have adult, because adults up in here. If you ain't coming in with some adult shit, don't stop in. Keep it moving. Because we will go in on you, and it's not going to be nice. Brother Dion, hey, Brother Dion, what's happening? How you doing, family? Thank you for stopping in, checking out the channel. We talking to our beautiful ladies here, you know, and you know, our handsome gentlemen here. We're talking about, you know, young men dating older women, but we were talking about the Loofah community, the older community that's supposed to be a swingers community in Florida. And I tied it into the HIV thing because if it's a swingers community and they're not using protection, that still applies, especially in a state where two of their cities have high numbers of HIV. But listen, So to get back to the younger guys, there are nice young men that are out here that are solid, that would treat an older woman with everything she wanted. And they're younger girls. No, I ain't gonna say that. I take that back. Ain't no young girl gonna treat no man the way, because she's still learning. So I ain't even gonna even lie. She coming for the money, fellas. You have a better chance at an older woman. The young girl coming for the money. I wish I could say, I wish there was a younger girl that would come in and say, no, I would love older man. I would love and treat them good, and I wouldn't want the money. Until a younger woman says that, I'm gonna keep it about what I know. And that's it. Like the younger girls, they ain't really trying to, it ain't about the love. Every young girl got that one guy she really, really, really likes. Black Sea, thank you, family. Do your thing, bro. You're right. My lady's 6 years old. Black Sea, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like with the younger girls, we got too much talking to do. This is why I don't really care for younger girls. You got to talk. You got to tell them stuff. You got to tell them why not to do this. You got to tell them this is what causes an argument. This is why I don't like the argument. This is why I don't want to say this. This is why we get upset. When you say this to me, I say this. It causes an argument. You get upset. You don't want me to go here. You want me to be under you all the time. Older women have been there and done that. Older women, you know, they know. They're like, shit, go handle your business. Shit, I'll be here. I ain't going nowhere. Younger girls want you under them. You got to tell them everywhere you go. Not that the older woman is not going to want that. She's going to want at least one phone call. Let me know when you made it, baby. Let me know when you made it. That's all they want. Let me know when you're leaving. I just want to make sure you're okay. The young girl's going to text you, where are you? What are you doing? What time are you leaving? Text you another hour again. What are you doing? What are you doing right now? What are you doing? Where are you? Turn on your camera. I'm going to call you. That's the kind of this is what you get with young girls. This is just what you get. Older women have learned one thing. I even had older women tell me sometimes I would rather not know, because then that way I don't have to worry about even being upset. So I'd rather not even know. As long as you're doing things that the way you should be doing it, I'm cool. I'd rather not even know. I'd rather not even know if a woman said something to you today. Like, because let me tell you something about me. When I'm in a relationship, now all men are not like this. I know I'm gonna sound like a little patsy, you guys, so forgive me. Bless Black CB said, put something on your stomach before you leave. That. Thank you, family. I appreciate you for that, Black Sea. Thank you, family. Thank you so much. I was gonna say something. I was in the middle of saying something, but I had to make sure I read my brother's message. So with me, with older women, they'll have a certain kind of conversation with you, right? They're really not about trying to, they've been there and done that. Let's just say that. So young men definitely learn something from dating older women. If you don't leave with nothing, you're going to leave with some knowledge, something that money will never be able to buy you. But as older men date younger girls, we end up having to be a teacher or raise them. Ain't nobody got no time for that shit. Nobody has time to convince a girl why she don't need to be in a club every weekend. But then this old motherfucker finds himself sitting in the club because he's trying to appease this young girl. The other day, Afton, Aptonston, did I say that right? Aptonston. You know what? I do not, I'll tell you something. I have a brother that is a drag queen. So I support everybody. I'm not against nothing and nobody. Who am I? Let me tell you what I've learned in life. Who am I to judge anyone? I have no perfections. None of us do. So I let people live their lives the way they want. I'm not their God. I'm not their judge or jury. I respect all because I want to be respected. So I don't judge anyone. And there's your answer. I love everybody. Okay. So yes, I love everybody. Thank you for that question too. Thank you for coming in to the channel. We appreciate you for coming in. Okay. So the older women, there's a lot to learn. But in my experience with young girls, let me tell you what I spend my time doing. Why do you want to go out to the club every weekend? Let's do some dialogue, y'all. Here's me. Why do you need to go out to the club every weekend? Why do you need to be hanging with those girls all the time? Why? I just don't get it. You went out last week. Well, because I can do what I want to do. You don't own me. Here we go. I never even said I own you. But here we go. With the you don't own me. I thought this was a relationship. These are the things that you deal with with younger folks. You don't own me. I never said I owned you. But because that person wants to do what they want to do, now I don't own them. And that shit just came out of nowhere. That's the reason why I said I would never date somebody 21, 22. They got to be at least in their 40s if I was going to date. But I'm cool. I got what I need in my life right now. So I don't need any of that. It was a very stressful period of time when I went through my divorce and I was thrown back out in the dating world. I was trying to figure this shit out. Leanne said, we already know we don't do timestamp checks. And I don't want no one checking on me because there's got to be the trust and not worrying about anything except that you're safe. Facts. Listen, I've honestly only had that from one woman in my life. All the rest of the women in my life, everywhere I could go to this store around the corner and they're calling me, asking me, Priceless, how you doing? Priceless this. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you. I could go around the corner. This is what I used to deal with. This is what used to drive me absolute. Now, mind you, I'm not the kind of man that ever go to clubs. I don't smoke weed. I don't hang out with the homeboys. I am a 100% you know where I'm at all time kind of guy, right? Women have never respected that part of me. And I always have to tell them, damn, you know where I'm at. Like you know where I'm at all times. Why, damn. If I was the kind of guy that was out in the streets hanging with my boys, hanging at the bar, then what? I'm not even that kind of guy. So basically, I was basically saying, you don't have to do that to me. I don't do that to you. The Lord said there's nothing in the clubs. Priceless just said, that's what I like. Laughing out loud. He said, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, Chef Banner. Listen, when you date the young girls, there's two things going to happen. Even the young girls that I dated wanted to know everywhere I was going, but didn't want to tell me where they was going. And every time I said, where you going? Why you need to know? I'm going with my friends. You know my friend. As soon as I leave, they want to sit on the phone with me the whole time. I'll talk to you while you headed to the club. I don't go to clubs. Oh, where you going? I'm going to the studio. Okay, well, I'll stay on the phone with you. Why'd you say club? Are you going to the club? Oh, yeah, I'm going later. I said, okay, well, let me get off the phone and drive. Well, I'm going to stay on the phone with you. But as soon as I asked them, this is all I used to say, let me know when you make it. Let me know when you leave it. Because I want to make sure you're safe. Because I always tell women, as soon as something happens, the first person your parents are going to call is me. The first person they're going to look for is me. I was the last person with you. See, you back? CC Funk, I'm the person they're going to call. Black Sea Beach said, open communication needs to be discussed at the beginning of, absolutely. And you know what? Black Seed, I'm glad you're bringing that subject up. Because guess what? No, I was talking to CC Funk. I'm sorry, because he said, hey, now, I don't know. I thought he had left and came back. Black Seed, from the beginning of my relationships, I always have conversations about the things I don't like. I don't like jealous women. I don't like a woman that needs to worry about people that are in my circle that are women. If these people were in my circle when you met them and they're part of my team, that's my team. That's part of my business team. Don't trip. I got that. Here's been one of my biggest issues, too. in my mature relationships. I'm gonna show you the difference. I've never really did it with the younger girls because there was no need to do it. Rich edits make my channel viral. What do you Riz edits? What do you mean, family? I'm sorry. What's going on your channel? You an artist, beat maker? At older women, I never had to over explain with them. Older women, I would say I'm a secret agent of Stone Paxton. What? Rich edit. What are you talking about? Secret agent. Oh, boy, we get them in here, y'all. We definitely get them in here, y'all. They're a secret agent of Stone Paxton. We get them in. Rich edits. Rich, what do you do? Soccer? What you talking about? You're a secret agent, Stone Paxton. Rich, if you know about my channel, come up in here with respect. But what do you mean, secret agent? This motherfucker just said he's secret agent for Stone Paxton. Rich edit? What you talking about now? What do you mean? Speak. Or you gonna be out of this channel like the last one. We ain't trying to have no buffoons up in here. You spoke really fast. Now you can't speak? All right, Rich edit. There you are, sir. Got what you asked for. Y'all see the weird shit I get? I'm a secret agent for Stone Paxton. What are you talking about? Well, we get some weird ones, don't we? Either they talk about my curl or they're a secret agent for Stone Paxton. I don't know what the fuck that meant. Anyway, they'll be the same motherfuckers hijack your channel and end up making another channel like yours. But yeah, so what I used to do with older women is I would always tell them, let's say I met a lady at a store, and it's something that I really had to stop doing because I'm thinking as a man, by me being honest and transparent, I'm not hiding anything. So I could be at a store and a woman asks for my number. I go home and be like, hey, babe, you know, this woman at the store asked for my number. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Older women don't really give a fuck, right? She might say a few words like, well, why? I was like, well, you mean why? She asked for my number and I didn't give it to her. Now, I feel as a man, I'm being transparent, right? But then after a while, I noticed there's a non appreciation for the fact that I'm even sharing that. But if a man keeps those secrets from a woman, is a woman going to be upset that this man is not being transparent and sharing those things? Or am I sharing too much information when I share that, ladies? Am I sharing too much information? Am I? Oh, Dolores, yeah, they come up in here doing some crazy shit. Ladies, am I sharing too much information if I tell a woman, every woman that talks to me? Black Seed Beat said, it's better to be transparent than getting caught without an explanation. Thank you. Chrysler said no. Cece said, no, you're good, Stone. Good stuff. Sherry said, yes. So it's okay for me to constantly share the information, ladies. Chrysler said, I like the transparency, to be honest. And I'm going to share with you guys some of the things I've had to deal with by being that honest. Johnny said you hit with the Loofah on the way out. So listen, I said, sweetheart, I just had a woman text me this picture. I show the picture and everything. Women send me nudes. I don't hide nothing from the person I'm with. Damn, look at that. What? They sent you that? Yeah, I get that shit all the time. Before I was even with you, I always got that. I try to create a transparency, right? So, but after a while, let me tell you what happens. You guys said it's good that I do that, right? Leanne said it's just good to be able to be without having to explain every little thing, but they know you and it's all good, but can't find that. You can't find it nowadays. This is why I share that. so that they know they don't have to ever lie to me. That's why I do it. Also, I do it so that if I'm out and about, because so many people know me, and they say, I saw Stone Paxton talking wrapped up with a girl on his arm. You know, people do that shit. People would hit up your girl or your husband or boyfriend online and say, I saw your man. I saw your woman at a store and it looked like they was engaged. And they'll take a picture of the two of them standing there talking like. And then now, if he comes home or she comes home and she doesn't tell you, now it looks like a lie. It looks like it's a lie. Like, oh, so you ain't gonna tell me. So how was today? Oh, today was good. Ain't nothing happened. No, everything good. I went to the store before I came home, and you didn't see nobody. You run into nobody. No, I didn't run into nobody. Really? What's this? Now it looks like you lied. Tenderoni said, I'm sharing too much. That's the way I felt after a while, Tenderoni. Black Seed Beat said, that's the main reason you should be transparent right there. Absolutely, Black Seed Beats. So now I'm caught between a rock and a hard place because I'm so honest about the things in my life. I'm honest if an ex-girlfriend contacts me. I'm honest if an ex-wife contacts me. I got my ex-wife and her ass has never left me alone. She's constantly sending me messages. She's constantly acting like I did her wrong when we haven't even been together since 2012. But if you read her messages, you think we just broke up yesterday. I tell my significant other about that. Sometimes it's received, sometimes she doesn't even want to hear the shit. So how do you deal with the fact if somebody wants to hear it and somebody doesn't? And how do you deal with the fact of not allowing yourself to become a person who hides things? Because you know if they don't want to hear it, what's the next thing that happens? Dolores says, so where's all the good men I want to know? Dolores, I sent Meech your picture. Damage Kisser said, I agree, Black Seed Beats. Leanne Newman said, that's too much. I don't want that. Just be truthful and people will know you, and then it's not a problem. I mean, I love all of these comments. But when you're honest and your response is not quite what you thought you should get, should you even talk about it anymore? Because sometimes it feels like maybe the person is tired of hearing me even mention about what woman sent me a picture, what woman talked to me, what woman tried to talk to me. Leanne said, they might be in front of you, but you have to be discerning. Yes. Yes. How many of you guys have been in a relationship and you have dated somebody and you've left them alone? And you got to explain to your significant other why this ex keeps popping up in your life via text, and you block them and they still text, and you try to be nice to them and say, hey, listen, let's try to be cordial with you, please. Well, you have to be rude, and they still do it. But you still have to let your significant other know about that. And you don't have no real answers as to why your ex keeps bothering you. But it almost looks like maybe you're still dealing with them, but you're not. Sherry said, if it's a relationship, can you spam the pics and show the one you might have a relationship with, the spam folder stuff? If it's a relationship, can you spam the pics and show them? Huh? I'm confused, Sherry. Yeah, break that one down to me, Sherry. Hi, Shanice. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for stopping in. Hopefully you're not a troll and you're a real person. If you are, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping in. We love to have lovely people that come into the channel that become subscribers and members. So thank you, Shanice. I'm just saying, you guys, I'm just saying. I'm an older man who's learned from his past. I've been married 3 times. One I don't count because I was really young. So the 2 of them I really count. So I've learned. I've been married 3 times. I've learned. And my marriages didn't end because I was a bad guy. It's circumstantial shit. Thank you, Shanice. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. We really, really adore the fact that you're in here. Dolores says, now that means that the woman is not used to a real man telling her the truth. Dolores, please post that again. I like that. So me being truthful all the time and the person not really accepting it is, you said something at the top. You said, Dolores said, now that means that the woman is not used to a real man. Okay. So in other words, you're saying that Dolores says she's not real to a real man telling her the truth. I like that. Leanne said, I don't understand that, but what's it mean to spam a picture? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out too. Please explain that to us. Sherry said, if the one you're dating that you might have a real relationship with push out the truth, and what you face is a celebrity. What you face is a celebrity. Those pics don't mean a thing, is what I mean. Okay, got you. Truth is the only way. There you go, Sherry. I'm with you on that. Oh, Dolores, we know how to handle them trolls. Now we ain't up in here playing. Miss Mary, how you doing? She said, I'm dating a person now who's divorced for 40 years and spend winter in a warm city with her and her grown kids. I can't question him or it's a problem. Wow. So Miss Mary, let's give Miss Mary some advice, you guys. Miss Mary said, I'm dating a person now who's divorced for 40 years. And he spends winter in the warm cities with his ex, with her and her grown kids. Oh shit. Miss Mary. Sorry, my neck is kind of. So you've been dating this guy and he's been divorced for 40 years and he's still spending time with his ex? Is that right? I need y'all to come in the comment section and give me Miss Mary some advice, because I'm about to give her some too. This is crazy. Mary Greenaway. Yeah, Mary Greenaway. Miss Mary, listen. That's the deep one. Is he being honest with you about everything? Priceless. Yeah, me too. I think that's how I read it too. Polo tag. Polo, listen, come in this channel with respect, or you'll be Kevin Samuels your ass right up out of my motherfucking channel. Don't try to come up here and be a comedian. They're hiring comedians in Vegas, motherfucker. If you want to be a comedian, come to Vegas and apply. But don't come up in this channel trying to be a fucking funny ass, freaking peanut headed motherfucker, you. Okay? Come in with respect. That's what this channel is about. Or you'll be blocked. And it don't matter if you come up in here. I don't look like Kevin Samuels, although Kevin Samuels is a nice person. But don't be funny. This ain't the comedy hour. When the comedy hour happens, I'll give you a platform. But until then, stay the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. We ain't playing around up in this shit. Well, you just because you see the suit, nigga, don't mean you dealing with a square. So watch that shit, man. Don't get the glasses in here and all that shit confused. Priceless said, now I know people that bring the ex and the current comes along also. Oh, that's what I was going to tell y'all. CC Funk, nah, we ain't playing around up in here. I deal with too many real G's that respect me. Hey, Brother Marvin Games, what's happening from Germany? Germany and house, I always love Germany. Some skate shit. I got a lot of peoples in Germany, man. A lot of the records that I produced attribute to Tupac. A lot of records that I produced back in the day do really well in Germany. Thanks, my Germany folks popped in here. Yeah, appreciate you, young man. Clips 500. Marvin Game. Yeah, thank you, Marvin. Appreciate you. Check this shit out, y'all. Mary, yeah, hit us back, Mary. She said, not really. When he says him, what he does with his time? Not really. He says limb. What do you mean limb? I'm sorry. What do you, Mary Greenway? I'm trying to understand that one. Can you be more? Can you break it down a little bit more for me to understand? Because I'm trying to understand it, so I can give you a better answer. So check this shit out. The young girl versus the older man shit. I'm in Walmart the other day, right? I'm in Walmart. I'm sitting in the car. No, it's Father's Day. So Misha and I were texting. We was comparing notes about why our kids had not contacted us, right? And this girl in the parking lot, she says, Happy Father's Day. And I'm sitting in the car, so I didn't even think she saw me. And I said, Thank you. I said, I appreciate that. I said, I'm actually on the phone with my good friend, and we're talking about why our kids did not hit us up for Father's Day. So anyway, long story short, this young lady comes over and starts talking to me. Looking good, but a little small crop. What do you mean, family? I'm confused. Yeah, I'm on my phone, so I don't know. It's weird. If that's what you're talking about, my phone is a little bit different. I'm sorry if that's what you're talking about. But listen, so I am. Hold up. I'm talking to the young lady, right? She tells me, I asked her, where are you from? She said they're from down south. They moved to Vegas. Her dad's is an accountant. Jedi, long time no see, family. What's up? Long time. I haven't seen you on there in a minute. She said, we came in from the south. My dad's an accountant. I say, so how did you end up homeless? She said, my dad started dating his 22-year-old secretary. Who's Sherry? Who's trolling? Okay, we're gonna get rid of party. Yeah, you get some retarded ass little kids in here, huh? They don't have no picture, straight trolls. Get your little motherfucking peanut ass head out of school motherfucker off my channel. Little ugly ass little motherfucker with no picture. I can tell you ugly though. Goodbye. So anyway, sorry y'all. Y'all know I had to dress the shit. Anyway, here we go. So I'm talking to her and she tells me her dad started dating her secretary, 22 years old. Her dad tells her and her mom they've been married for 40 years. Either you accept me dating her or y'all can get out. He kicked out his daughter and his wife, and they're out in this hot ass Vegas sun walking through the parking lots trying to get money just to have water to drink. Hello, Auntie Mickey. Just to have water to drink and to get money for food. And I said, well, where do you guys sleep at? She said, we get on the bus and just ride all night. That's what she told me. Young black lady and her mom. 40 years relationship, her father and her mother. Her dad's my age. They've been together for 40 years. She's the only child. The dad kicked her and her mom out in the Vegas heat over a young girl because he's having a midlife crisis and chose the young girl over his wife, gave her an ultimatum. Either you roll with the fact that me and her are going to be seeing each other and she's moving in, or y'all can get out. As a matter of fact, get out. So I told the young lady, don't worry about it. His karma's going to visit him. You don't even have to worry about it. Don't make a big deal about it. And shit bothered me as I spent almost 30 minutes talking to this young lady in a Walmart parking lot before I even went in to grab what I needed to grab. It made me cry talking to her. And I said, so y'all just all day long, this is, she said, yeah, we don't have nowhere to go. I told her I could not be your father and know that my wife and daughter is out in the hot sun and I'm in the cool air conditioning with this young ass 22-year-old girl who's going to take everything I got and wake up and be like, I never really loved you no way. I got a boyfriend, or he finds out she's got a dude on the side that she really like. That's the real truth, y'all. Leanne Newman said, "My family would have done something different by me and to him, whether or not I asked them not to. They be on. Oh yeah, some families ain't allowed it. Like if his wife had brothers out here, probably would have been a different scenario. He would have got a visit. You can't do that to people. I block Farden. That name says everything you need to know. Farden. I'm like, that's got to be a little kid. It has to be. Lisa, you get your CD? Oh, probably not yet. I forgot. It just went off the other day. I'm sorry. Let me know when you get it, okay? Yeah, he's definitely having a midlife crisis. How do you throw your family out on the street? How do you throw your family out? And it's hot here in Vegas, you guys. For those of you that have never been to Las Vegas, let me tell you, it is hot right now. Today is actually one of the cooler days. Imagine carrying a cart and a whole bunch of bags in hot ass sun, and you're standing out trying to get people to give you money or just to get something to drink, some water. It's just not cool, man. Okay, older man, if you want to have a midlife crisis, that's cool. Don't throw your wife and daughter out. It's okay. Black Seed Beat said, that's really why you have to pray before you move out a state. Well, yeah, I mean, the truth. You have to, because I've met so many couples in Vegas that come here, and then that's it. Dolores, I've never seen Tyler Perry's Family Reunion. That happened. I've never seen that movie. CC Funk said, bit reduce attack change on these kicks and snares is working. Oh, is that the update? Is there a new update? I mean, there's a new update, but you just change the bit rate on it? Because the bit rate does help with, like, I like changing my bit rate. So I just use the MPC 3000 and dump it. You know what I'm saying? But changing the bit rate does help make it a little bit dirtier and bigger. Sherry said, once she takes his stuff, she'll kick him out and move in her boyfriend. Yeah, once. Okay. Sherry was saying once she takes his stuff, uh, she'll kick him out and move. Listen, this is what I told the girl. I said, look, she might even she's gonna have a baby by him. I gave her the scenario. I said, baby girl, listen, don't even worry about it. She gonna get pregnant. She already looking at the house. She in the house with him. She looking at the house. She gonna get pregnant. She gonna have a little side dude, and yeah, she gonna be like, yeah, you. I need my name on the house too. Now she can figure out how to do that or get him to buy her house. She's done. Mary said he doesn't want me dictating what he does with his time. When he's with family, we're both retired now. But let me ask you a question, Mary. Is the lady he's with his ex-wife? That's the only thing I want to know. So you're saying he's around his ex-wife and her grown kids, right? Because if so, that shit's fucked up. There's no reason for him to be around his ex-wife. I understand the kids, but is he taking you with him? Are you going with him? Are you going with him? Oh yeah, CC Funk. I've used the bit rate every once in a while. Yeah, I've used it every once in a while, like the SB 1200 setting and shit like that, or just change the bit rate. Mary, is he asking you to go with him? I'm just wondering. Yeah, it sounds kind of weird. That's why I'm trying to get to the bottom. Because, like, if I had questions for something, I wouldn't take so long to answer them, Mary, because they're in the answers are here. Don't worry, we ain't gonna share your information. This is a community. We just on here sharing the knowledge with each other. So you're safe with us, Mary. You're safe with us. Trust me. The ladies on here are solid. Shit. Where you at, Mary? I swear, I think I did something to my neck, y'all. My neck has been acting crazy. Mary said yes. So how do you feel about going with him? No, she said no. So no, he doesn't ask you to go with him? That seems kind of weird to me. There's no need for him to be hanging around his older grown children and the ex-wife. That is an opportunity for something to happen again. I'm just gonna call it for what it is. He's back around his ex-wife. There's an opportunity for things to be rekindled. So you don't go. Okay. So he doesn't want you to go, or you just don't want to go. It's the 50 club up in here. We can have these conversations. Mary, you don't want to go, or he doesn't want you to go. CC Funk said, I was getting married, but Tia changed her mind. She changed her mind on you, CC Funk? Holly said, I definitely would not be okay with it. What's up, Paul? Paul, you're in the wrong place for that, brother. I know you might think you're funny, but ain't nobody in here laughing, brother. Have a good one. These motherfuckers having fun with Diddy, ain't? That's showing me how they really think they're having fun with the Diddy shit. They really having fun with that, huh? Mary said she's white and I'm black. So Mary, okay, let me ask you a question. Okay, she's white. Oh, I get where you go. Okay, Mary. So you're a sister. Okay. How long have you and this gentleman been together, Mary? And you, Mary, I can't. Sisters usually don't take that kind of shit. So I'm surprised. Is your husband black? If you saw Angie's spirit behind me, and if you really saw Angie's spirit behind me, then she's here with me. So that's real. If you just saw Angie Stone's spirit behind me, that's good. If you really did, we're gonna go back and review the footage. And remember, Mystique and Cece. Remember how many minutes that was for 67-year-old stalker. Said they saw Angie's spirit behind me. Just remember, so we can go back and review that. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait. I hope so. 'Cause I love Angie. I love me some Stony. Mary said he goes for the winter. He goes for the winter. Oh, so he goes what? He goes for the winter and leaves you at home. Is he black? Just answer that one question. Cheryl said, I have no issue with my partner spending meaningful extended time with his ex and their children. That's something I'm fully comfortable with. Cheryl, do you go with him when he go visit? So Mary said he doesn't want her to go. Mary, once again, is he black, African American? Is he African from Africa? Is he black from Cuba? Is he black from? I have a reason. It sounds like just a black guy. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm trying not to assume. Dolores said, "That's right. I would have said, get out and be with her." Yeah, Black Seed. Come on, man. Thank you, Listen, Black Seed beat me to it. Black Seed. He got. If you want to have a double life up front and you got the conversations, that's what you want to do. Is what it is. He's trying to have a double life at her expense. He's talking about you can't go. Okay, Mary, you haven't answered my question. Is he black? Black Seed nailed it. Yeah, the old boy got double life. If he didn't want you to go, he might not even be with the kids. Here's the real truth. He might not even be with the older kids. That sounds like some cop-out shit. He might not even be with the older kids and the ex-wife. He might be with a whole other woman. He might have a whole other family. Mary, I'm sorry. I hate to even give it to you like that, but that's what it's sounding like. It sounds like to me he spends half of his year there. Sure, I agree with you. But at this point, we don't even know if he's really visiting the kids. She says he spends the whole winter, Cheryl, the whole winter with them. Cheryl said, I'm fully supportive of that as long as healthy boundaries are in place. That said, there's a limit. A week is the maximum. No, this motherfucker's spending the whole winter. Leanne says, I can't do that. No way. But some people can. And that's a deal y'all made because you have to know what's up about something and be okay with it. Now, Leanne has a point. I think you made a deal with him in the beginning and you didn't realize what you were getting yourself into. You were being a good woman. You figured, I'm going to support my boyfriend. So I'm going to say yes. Yeah, honey, go ahead. But then you didn't realize what you were signing up for. It was a setup for him to be able to do what he wanted to do. Priceless said he goes to hibernate with them all winter. Yeah, he's in bear mode. Priceless, he's in 100% bear mode. Dolores said, Mary, that is not so good man, Mary. Allow him to do what he does to her. No, he's not. That's not good at all. Cheryl said a whole fucking winter. Oh, hell no. That's all I was saying. Cheryl is like, he's parlayed for the whole winter. He didn't did the Smokey the Bear shit. Okay, ladies, let's not say get rid of him because I'm an advocate. But y'all women can be brutal. Let's not say get rid of him. Let's say this: have a conversation with him. Have a conversation with him, Mary. It's time to have a serious conversation. Sit him down. Set boundaries. If he doesn't accept the boundaries, then you're going to have to figure out if you either going to stay with him. And if you stay with him, it's going to keep happening. And eventually you're going to look up and he's going to leave you for whatever's going on because that sounds like he's got a whole other woman. Black C said, my great grandfather and grandfather and grandfather had double lives. We might be related. So, hey, yeah, that part, right? That part. Black C, listen, for real. Listen, look what Cheryl said. Mary, get you a man to hibernate with. Sherry said, I seen Usher with his entire family, including his ex, and functions together for his children's son. Usher is a whole different story. Sherry, I got love for you, sis. Usher got money. They gonna act right. He taking care of all them motherfuckers. Who wouldn't act right? I'll be the yard guy. I'm gonna act right. You know what I'm saying? He got money, so they gonna act right. He making sure they good. Damaged Kisses said, that's right. Price said, that's right, Cheryl. Melody said, family excuse is a cover up. Thank you, Melody. That's exactly what I was saying. Grown ass men and the grown ass ex wife, I ain't buying it. Damaged Kisses said, I say the same. If the roles were reversed, it's no matter in gender to me. Mary, probably what you want to tell him is this. When he goes to hibernate with them, you're going to go hibernate with somebody too. Do you have any kids, Mary? CC said you shouldn't be playing second fiddle. You could be playing second fiddle, have that difficult conversation. Mary Tenderoni said, Mary, I agree with Stone. Set the boundaries. Mary Greenway said, I was there for 4 weeks, not once I saw him. We were in the same city. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Mary said she was there for 4 weeks and not in the same city and not once did she see him in the same city. Shrine said, your needs are not being met. Prices said, I like when the whole family can come together and coexist, but it's going to be all of us. Mary said, does a white girl not like you? Dolores said, exactly. Auntie Mickey says, if the shoes were on the other foot, how would he react to you? You hear that, Mary? Melody Dyer said, oh, hell no. Damaged Kisser said, that is straight up ratchet of him. I'm sorry. Auntie Mickey says, oh, hell to the nah. Nah. Lisa Cappy says exactly, wake that dude up or he would have to get up. No balance, Mary. You want him singing that Jodeci song, baby, I'm begging, baby, begging. Yeah, people say so much stupid shit, right, CC? Men are insecure, y'all. They come to my channel, they look in the mirror at themselves, and they say stupid shit on my channel. That's what's going on. Cherry said, no means where are these fans at? He's out. Black Sea Beach says, some people sign up to the second fiddle, then it gets old and tired. Ty Du said, does Mary love this man? Yeah, Mary, do you love him? Maybe we should ask you that question. Because if you love him, it doesn't matter what none of us are saying. Leanne said, there has to be boundaries and trust built on truthful behavior. Mary, do you love him? That's a true, honest question. Sounds like you do, Mary. And you know what? We with you, Mary. We want you to love your man. We just don't want you to be a fan of your man. Understand what I'm saying? And all that shit rhymes. We don't want you to be a fan of your man. You can't be a fan, Mary. This is how this shit happens. You can't be a fan to your man. He has to be your man, and he has to have understanding. Cheryl said, my position would be what he putting down. Now, if he putting down what I need, he can dip for a quarter and spend 3/4 with me. Is he taking care of you, Mary? That is the question. Auntie Mickey said that part, Melody. Damaged Kisses comes back with, I don't think women do all that for someone they don't love. But Mary Melody Dyer is right. Love yourself. Mary, listen, we thank you that you came on here today, and we're not trying to change your thought. CC Funk said the same thing I said. Don't be a fan, just saying. Ty Deuce, see, he said, if it's just circumstantial relationship, you're getting the bad end of the deal. If you're looking for commitment, Tenderoni said, Mary, don't let him take advantage of you and play with your heart. Now, you know, our women are they're gonna operate with the same energy with that. I say this, don't be a fan to him. You're being his fan. You're cheering him on. Comes a time where you're gonna have to sit back and go, I'm done. You're acting as a fangirl to him right now. Mary, Miss Mary, we got respect for you. but you came in here for a reason, and we just want to help you make it through. Now, if you love him, there's nothing we can say. A Snares, yes, I can sing, family. I'm a recording artist, family. Damaged Kisses says, seems all he does is bring you down, Mary. Your energy and feelings, you need the opposite people in your life, people that can lift you up and make time and space for you. Mary Greenway says, I have 3 sons. Do you have 3 sons with him? Damn. Y'all got 3 babies. I get it now. Cheryl said, baby, be happy. Life is too short for misery. If he can make you smile in the morning when you wake up and at night when you go to bed, keep him around and let him do what he wants. Now, that's the words of a wise woman. I must say, Cheryl, I got to give you some high fives for that one. Hold on. That's a wise woman. See, Cheryl's figured this shit out. I was waiting for somebody to say exactly that today. Mary Greenway said, I'm losing the love I had for him now. But do you have 3 kids together? Sherry's comments are, Mary, call him and say, fuck that shit. I'm sorry, never mind. It's your decision. That's what Sherry said. Mary, you guys have 3 kids. I see why your position is the way it is. But because you've allowed him to do what he wants to do, it's going to be hard for him to dial it back now at this point. You've given him that. Understand that. You've already given it to him. So he's not going to dial it back. Leanne said, good you shared this, Mary, because it might not be a good feeling you get, but you're dealing with it. And if it doesn't hurt you, you're good. If you're hurting, it's toxic. I do said, Mary Greenway, this is why you're questioning the situation now. Love is leaving and the blinders are coming off. Auntie Mickey says, but she's losing the love for him. That's not a healthy relationship. We've got all these great answers, Miss Mary. Dolores said, because he's not showing her it's love. Mary Greenwood says, oh my God, my girlfriend says that. See, there we go. We got a room full of women. This is giving you the game. Miss Mary, we just trying to help you. Melody says, so Mary, do you realize you are now teaching your sons that his behavior is okay? Yeah, you kind of low-key teaching your boys some shit. They're watching it. I don't know how old they are. You just taught them a lot of new game to use. You're teaching the boys new game to use. Boss Lady, Miss Boss Lady. Hi, what's up, Miss Boss Lady? Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, you guys call her Miss Jackson. Amen. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty now. Boss Lady is not played. We love you, Boss Lady. Thank you. Some of the best cakes and where is that, Texas? She makes custom cakes, man. Custom, all that custom stuff. I know YouTube does some weird shit with the notifications. I don't know. They say 3 times a day. I don't know why they do it, but yeah, sorry. No, they're not his kids. So you have kids by somebody else. So in the winter, why don't you go parlay with your ex too, and do the family thing, and tell him you're gonna start doing that just to see his response. Only to see his response. I'm not saying do it for real. I'm dating him for 6 years now. Okay. Okay. You never. Okay. Mr. Cappy said, I would move around. Everything happens for a reason. Let me ask you a question. Do you not want to leave him because does he take care of you financially to where you can't leave? Is that the reason why you haven't left him? I'm just curious. Let me get my charger, you guys. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, y'all. We've been on here too long. I'm sorry. Listen, y'all. Listen. For the sake of my charger, we're going to log on tomorrow, 12:30. Stone Paxton Music and Life. Melody, subscribe to my channel. Become a member. We're going to log on tomorrow. And I got you, man. I got you. We're going to log on tomorrow, okay? Mary. Oh, man, I don't even know what to say, Mary. Get out, Mary. You seen the movie Get Out? But not exactly like that, but Get Out. Oh, let me cue something up real quick, you guys. Mary, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet, Mary. We're going to give you some happy music to vibe to, Mary. That's what we're going to do. We're going to give you some happy music to vibe to, Mary. This is, I just feel, the world is not easy, you guys. You guys send a prayer out for Miss Mary. I'm trying to find something real quick. Miss Mary, I'm going on tomorrow at 12:30. Make sure you log in, okay? Okay, you guys, I'm going to log off in a second. Let's go out with our favorite song, Happy People. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. Yeah. 12:30 tomorrow, y'all. I'll be on time tomorrow, I promise. We're going to see what we're going to talk about tomorrow. We're going to have some interesting conversation tomorrow. Boss Lady, thank you for the donation. Miss Mary, log on tomorrow with us. Happy People. This for you, Miss Mary. Happy People. This song is for you, dedicated to you, Miss Mary. Let's pour it to Happy People. Come on. Happy People, Miss Mary. Miss Mary, this is for you. Happy People. Go back and watch that video when you're done, Miss Mary. Happy People, Miss Mary. I catch y'all tomorrow at 12:30. Peace and love. Thank you for all those that logged into my channel. I appreciate you. Thank you for all those that have subscribed. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share my channel. Share my channel. Share the love. Let's go.